Good morning, 47. Your destination is the coastal town of Sapienza, also known as the Jewel of the Amalfi Coast. Your target is a former client of ours, Silvio Caruso, a brilliant but troubled bioengineer employed by the Ether Biotech Corporation. Renowned for his early stem cell research, Caruso is now reportedly working on a far more disturbing project, a DNA-specific virus able to infect anyone, anywhere in the world. Imagine a bullet, fired in any direction, passing through countless bodies without inflicting harm, invisible and undetectable until it strikes its target. A world of armchair assassins killing with impunity. This is what awaits us, unless Caruso is stopped. Our client, one of Ether's major private stockholders, wants the project cancelled on ethical grounds, but without destroying the company in the process. She has asked us to eliminate Silvio Caruso and destroy the yet unfinished virus prototype. You will also need to deal with Caruso's lab head, Francesca DeSantis, a high-level Ether employee and cutthroat corporate climber who holds intimate knowledge of Caruso's research and could potentially carry on in his place. This is no ordinary contract, 47. Caruso's virus is a serious threat to our craft and trade, not to mention our core ideals. So failure is not an option. I'll leave you to prepare. Welcome to Sapienza, 47. Silvio Caruso's family home is right across the square. The bioengineer suffers from acute travel phobia, so the Ether Corporation has installed a state-of-the-art field laboratory somewhere below ground. Expect security levels to rise as you get closer to the virus. Good luck, 47.
Caruso, you know where it is. Big mansion up in Sapienza, richest family on the coast. Come on, Dante, just do this for me. Those flowers have to be delivered today, and Mr. Caruso is a loyal customer. If we lose his business, the boss will fire me for sure. Come on. Ugh. Fine, forget it. I'll manage somehow. Wouldn't want to be a bother. Yeah, I know I gotta tell her about the accident. I'm working on my story. Yeah, later.
What are you talking about? I stuck out my arm. It's like a universal sign language. You should learn it.
Hey, look, I didn't see you, okay? Damn sun was in my eyes.
Well, get some shades, Dumbo. Christ, one more inch and...
I know. I'm really sorry. Hey, are you all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine, okay? It's a close call, but I guess I could have signaled more clearly. To tell you the truth, this bike cost me an arm and a leg, and I'm more worried about it than me, if you know what I mean.
Well, we could always blame an animal. A bird or something, maybe. It swooped right in and attacked you. I barely got out of your way. Force majeure kind of thing. Nobody's fault.
Bird, huh?
Yeah, we'll figure out something, buddy. You just wait here while my partner deals with our boss, okay? You can hitch a ride with the tow truck.
All right, the delivery guy. Flowers for Mr. Caruso?
Ah, excellent. You can leave them on Mrs. Caruso's grave in the garden. Come along, I'll show you the way. Such a devoted son.
I will make my mark on this world. You always said I thought too highly of myself. You were wrong. I know what you went through alone in this mansion. Husband dead. Abandoned by your favorite sons. Single mother to an unlovable child. You were smart. You had shown such promise. Could have become anything, but you settled for a life of convenience. And when you finally realized your mistake, it was all too late. Well, guess what, Mother? Worse fates than yours have befallen members of the human species. Others have managed to bear the burden more gracefully. You made me feel I was worthless. I will never forgive you. Part of me wishes you were here, Mother. So I could smother you all over again.
Just hear me out, okay? This is nothing like last time. The other night, I was out walking Fidel, and I see this convoy of black trucks with the Ether logo. No headlights or anything, coming up the coastal road towards Villa Caruso.
Yeah? Okay, Caruso works for Ether. He's got some kind of home laboratory. Like, I'm sure he needs chemicals and dry ice and shit.
Really? Dry ice?
That's all I remember from high school physics. What's your point?
How you doing?
How about the hazmat suit?
What are you talking about?
I hid in the bushes, and I caught a glimpse of a biosuit, like the ones you see in those Contagion movies. Made my skin itch.
Whoa. Oh, you're for real this time. A biosuit? The hell are they making in there?
Well, I'll bet you a beer. It's not beauty products.
Man, I gotta talk to my brother about this. He's a journalist. Hey, there might be a story here.
I'm glad you think so. Guess my stories aren't so bad after all, are they?
Yeah. Don't milk it.
Dr. Lafayette speaking. Just so. I'm outside Villa Caruso now, enjoying a coffee in the sun. Lovely town. So, anything I should know about Dr. Caruso before our first session? I was briefed on his anxiety attacks, his genophobia. Very well. Don't you worry. Caruso is not the first troubled genius I have turned around. Just look at Jordan Cross. I'll have young Silvio calm and serene in no time. And you as well. That's it. This is the town where the politician Marco Abbiati died. I thought it sounded familiar. Interesting. The place has history.
Huh. So Silvio had Marco Abbiati killed. And here everyone thought it was a political assassination. Interesting.
So, Mr. Caruso, what is your story, What are you hiding? The maternal issues are key, I'm sure of it. Just need to find the lock.
Okay.
Figures.
I don't feel so hot. Oh, God.
Hey, are you okay? Because you don't look okay. And you definitely don't smell okay.
Chris has brought in a lot of security. Serious types with heavy guns. Not exactly the trusting type, is he?
Yeah, guess torches and pitchforks are out of the question.
Heard they all work for that pharmaceutical company, Ether. Caruso must be important.
Yeah, important or not. Old Lady Caruso must be rolling in her grave. Now, she had class, that one.
She's a cranky old bat that thought she owned the whole damn town. You're just being sentimental.
Like, I'll take cranky over creepy any day.
Yeah, well, you got a point there.
What's up, Doc? Oscar Lafayette. I have an appointment with Mr. Caruso.
Ah, yes. Senor Caruso has been informed of your arrival. Please, follow me. I shall take you to his quarters. May I say, it is well that you are here, Doctor. The Master has not been himself lately. I only hope you are as good as they say.
Don't worry, I am.
Senor Caruso's private quarters. I will be downstairs if needed. Best of luck.
The renowned Dr. Oscar Lafayette.
Mr. Caruso, shall we begin?
If you insist. So, Ether sends a specialist to rummage through my brain. They must think I'm losing it again.
Relax. Start by telling me what's on your mind.
Isn't it obvious? I'm under a lot of pressure. Work. Mother died last year. Stress manifests itself in the strangest ways, I am told.
Your mother, Isabella. Would you like to talk about her?
Look, I know what you're driving at. My neuroses, my anxiety, my social phobias. Not the least my pathological fear of women. It's all deeply rooted.
Go on.
I had a girlfriend, you know. In high school. Pretty, too. Popular. And I was shy. Bookish. It shouldn't have worked. Not outside those stupid teen dramedies. But it did. For a short while, anyway. Then Mother decided that Amelia wasn't a good influence on me. So she paid the gardener's son to seduce her. He was 20. Roguish. Rode a motorcycle. Mother, she had pictures taken. Showed them to me on prom night. Romantic love is fleeting, she said. Only a mother's love endures. What do you want me to say? I loved my mother. I hated my mother. Same as everybody else.
Isabella bullied you, shamed and belittled you, made you feel like a failure. All to keep you, her last and loyal son, from ever leaving too.
Stop it. I don't want to hear it.
Your mother was a monster. Is that not why you killed her?
What? How dare you?
You couldn't breathe. She smothered you, so you smothered her. Is that how it happened?
Yes! All right. I did it. I did it. Are you happy now? Is that supposed to be cathartic? Well, guess again, Doctor. Back to the drawing board.
I think we have made some excellent progress. Same time tomorrow? Good day, Mr. Caruso.
Can you believe it's been almost a year since the incident?
Oh, yeah. What exactly did happen that night? I remember waking up and Caruso was in the hall screaming that his mother's ghost was back to haunt him. Then they hauled him off to a padded cell and he didn't return for weeks. I was new then. Thought I'd entered into a Edgar Allan Poe novel or something.
Wow. My sister-in-law works at the hospital, and apparently Caruso claims his mother's old gramophone just started playing by itself. It was playing her old favorite classical record, and then just as she turns it off, her old stair lift starts moving.
Ugh, spooky.
Yeah, well, these are his words, of course. None of it actually happened. I mean, he was overworked, suffering a mental breakdown, clearly. That's all.
Yeah, sure. I know, but then what happened?
Okay. So Caruso gets to the top of the stairs, and then right on cue, he hears his mother's old sick bell chiming from her bedroom. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh shit. And did he go in?
He did.
And?
He doesn't remember. But whatever it was, it scared him so bad, he passed out clean.
Wow. If we only could know, you know? I mean, you don't think that,
No, don't be silly. No such thing. Anyway, Mr. Caruso's all better now and pretends the whole thing never happened. Embarrassed, I guess, being a man of science and all.
Yeah, I can understand that. Right, sure. Still...
But stay out of that room, Manny. Nothing in there but dust and memories. And... ooh.
I wonder what Mrs. Caruso would say if she knew her beloved son had turned her ancestral home into a fortified lab facility. Bet she'd turn over in her grave.
He only did it so he could be close to her in spirit. They always were so really close.
Yeah, a little too close. Now, why do you think he's so uncomfortable around women? I mean, she never wanted to share him with anyone. Now, if I were him, I'd sell the place and never look back. Make a clean break.
Silvio doesn't like change. He's married to his research. Just let him be, Carlo. I think the young master's destined to achieve great things.
You missed a spot right there.
Wait, where? I gotta get back in the inner circle. I have to make a good impression here.
Now relax. I'm just fucking with you.
Well, it's not funny. I used to work inside. You know, like where it's clean. But after I accidentally turned that old antique record player on, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I have never seen Mr. Caruso so out of it.
Ah, so you got demoted, huh?
Well, I wouldn't call it that. Let's say I'm on indefinite probation, but I can work my way up again.
You must have done more than just turn on a record player to be put on indefinite probation.
No, I was just dusting, and my elbow must have... Anyway, suddenly the record player starts playing, and Mr. Caruso comes charging in and just freaks. It was really confusing. I mean, I know he loved his mother. Everybody loves their mother, but... It was so embarrassing.
Look, you're a loyal servant. Mr. Caruso should be happy to have you on his staff.
Well, thank you.
This is completely unacceptable. Angelina saw a rat inside the great dining hall. Don't think you can slack off just because Master Caruso is too busy to notice. I intend to run a tight ship.
This is hardly my fault. Blame the genius who let the test rats out in the first place. This is a traveling circus. Nothing like when Mrs. Caruso was lady of the house.
I hope you are not suggesting that Signor Caruso, your employer, is somehow responsible for your oversights. Get this problem under control, Mrs. Baggio, or start polishing up your curriculum vitae. Oh, and while you're at it, do the silverware.
Well, I can't believe Mr. Caruso actually bought all of this. It's so not his style. Besides, his mother decorated this house. The way he keeps her old bedroom, I mean, I thought he would never change a thing.
Hey, thank Ms. DeSantis.
She mentioned to Roberto that she was really into minimalism, and he told it to Ariana, and you know how Ariana likes to gossip. So, Caruso got word, and, well...
Oh, wait, that's kind of sweet. You think the two of them might, you know...
I wouldn't count on it. I mean, let's face it. He is an odd duck, and she's pretty out of his league.
Ah, the nerd and the beauty queen. Happens all the time. In the movies.
Happens all the time in the types of movies you watch.
Silvio. Oh, I didn't mean to startle you.
Yes, Good afternoon, Miss DeSantis. You did not.
So strange. To see you out of your lab clothes, I mean. It suits you, civilian. So, how was your morning? Not too grim, I hope. I know what this day must mean to you. The anniversary.
Yes, well, life goes on.
Hello, Dr. Lafayette.
Mother had a long and fruitful existence. Now, if you'll excuse me, I was about to practice my golf. I will see you at the lab.
Oh, my God. All the charm of a dead fern. DeSantis. Of course I'm alone. Hard to say. His behavior is getting more and more erratic. In many ways, Caruso is still a child. A scared, angry little boy with the power of God at his fingertips. I am almost certain now that he killed his mother. Strangled her in a fit of rage. How long before he turns that rage towards us? If Dr. Lafayette pulls off a miracle, fine. Otherwise, I see little choice but to go the other way. Well, you wanted my recommendation. Excuse me, that is none of your concern. Roberto is a distraction, nothing more. I am well aware. It's quite to be expected. Caruso is not exactly used to female company, is he? Believe me, everything is under control. Now, if you'll pardon me, there's something I need to investigate.
I have a few minutes to spare, Roberto. Why don't we practice?
Sure, Mr. Caruso. Yeah, let's see your moves. Not bad. Definitely improving. And just remember, the backswing starts with the rotation, not with the hands. As the body rotates, the arms simply follow, and the hands maintain the same grip pressure throughout.
Grip pressure. Roberto, what do you think of Miss DeSantis, the woman who runs my lab?
She is a striking woman, to be sure, Mr. Caruso. We've only talked briefly, of course.
I'm sure you haven't done much talking.
Mr. Caruso, sir, I don't know what you've heard, but I can assure you...
It's fine. You're young. Young men have needs. I wouldn't want to get in the way of nature. I must get back. We can pick this up later. I believe I'm getting the hang of it.
So I ran into Roberto last night at the bar. Said he was meeting you.
I see. He shouldn't have. I never made it. Long shift.
All work and no play, huh?
I have never really understood the distinction.
Touché. Be careful, though. That Roberto's every bit the stud. You should have seen the girls flocking around him. Hell, it's like a regular wet t-shirt contest.
Roberto's a catch. He really is. Still, it's complicated.
Always is, ma'am. Always will be.
Francesca. I know. I'm not the one who calls. I did say that, but, hey, a guy can change. So, did you get my message? Music to my ears. We'll meet up in your room, okay? I'll call you as soon as Caruso lets me off the hook. He's unusually patient today. No, please. Surprise me. Ciao, Bella. Still got it.
Okay, was that the drink or the thing I ate? Oh.
It's me.
Roberto, Silvio let you off early?
I want us to meet. Your room.
I should say no.
But you won't. See you soon.
Candles. My favorite. You are impossible, Roberto. Look, don't talk. Just listen for a second. I like you, Roberto. You're a lot of fun, and I could even see this. Under the right circumstances, The situation? It's complicated. You see, Ether, the company I work for, they didn't just send me here to assist Caruso. They sent me here to spy on him. They fear he's becoming a liability. A threat, even. And from what I have seen so far, I think they might be right. This could be dangerous, and I thought you deserved to know. So, well, now you know. My bosses. They say you are a distraction, and they want me to break it off. So, why don't you give me a good reason not to? What is it? I'm in the middle of some... The data stream. Okay, I'll be right there. Sorry, Roberto. To be continued, I'm sure. Okay, let's see what you're up to, Silvio. What's this? DNA samples. Oh, Silvio. Oh, you've really gone off the deep end, haven't you? What's this? Medical prescription. Anti-anxiety. Strong stuff. What is... Did Silvio draw himself as some kind of superhero? And are these secret identities? The host, contagion, virulent man. Oh my God.
As a young child, I was timid, shy, and reserved. Drawn to books and matters of the mind. I frequently fell victim to bullies. However, instead of adapting to their world, their rules, I chose to embrace my weaknesses, to cultivate them and wield them as a weapon. My father, an accomplished writer and political essayist whom I sadly never got to know, once wrote, "Do not fear the strong, fear the weak, for they have something to prove." I have dedicated my life to proving his point.
Is this poetry? So dark.
Sometimes, when I look at my creation through the microscope, I feel like I'm gazing into the proverbial abyss, and the abyss gazes back. Yet, my monster is nothing like Oppenheimer's. The atomic bomb was brutish and tyrannical. Mine is democratic. It will turn everything around. Ether thinks they can control it, but they can't. I won't let them.
Come on, Silvio. You write everything down. So where did you put the safe combination code? Nothing to indicate he's planning to take action against the ether board. Unless it's in the safe. Oh, think, Francesca. Where would he hide the key code?
Ah, Miss DeSantis, isn't it? I found this lying around. It appears to have your name on it.
My God. Thank you, Doctor. Truly. It's worse than we feared. He had a lock of my hair in a sealed evidence bag, and something tells me it's not for doing voodoo. I think Caruso's starting to see himself as some kind of dark avenger, and he will never forego control of his creation. God only knows what he's planning. If he has my DNA, chances are he's got samples on all of us. Me, you, the entire ether board, anyone who knows about the virus. No, trust me, it's really not that hard. Do you have any idea how many skin cells we shed during the course of a day? How many strands of hair? I agree. A preemptive strike is only sensible. Once we have a working prototype, I'll handle it. Quick and painless as we discussed. I know, but Caruso is leaving us no choice. Besides, we always knew we had to kill him eventually.
This is a weapon for the powerless. In this time, the bullies, with all their money and all their strength, will not be the ones to define the future.
Oh, Silvio. Can't believe I actually admired you. Keep my hair in a bag, you bastard. Thanks for relieving me of my guilt when I have you killed. DeSantis, I've given the matter some thought. Suicide is the obvious way to go. The reason? Overpowering guilt from smothering his beloved mother in a fit of rage. I'll leave a note. Use his signature. I studied graphology. I can manage. A plunge from the cliffs would be the simplest, but there are other ways to stage it, especially if I'm the one to discover his body. I don't know. We are close. I might even be able to finish the formula without him, but I wouldn't bet my life. Caruso might be insane, but he is unmistakably brilliant. I need a few days, a week maybe. In the meantime, I will try and figure out if he is planning anything behind our backs. Yes, I understand. Well, what do we have here? Oh no. He keeps tabs on my comings and goings. I had a feeling he'd be spying on us. Oh, this can't be good.
Miss DeSantis, Sal Falcone. Sorry for the delay. I needed to tie up some few loose ends. Yeah, I just got into town. Down at the pier? Sure. Straight away? All right, no time like the present.
Hey,
see you in a bit.
handsome. You're looking good.
Huh. Sexy voice.
You didn't tell me your cousin was back in town.
Ah, do I detect a certain attraction to the dashing private detective from Milan?
Oh, what of it? He's cute.
Actually, well, I really shouldn't tell you this, but he's here about a case. The client is Francesca De Santis. You know, the female doctor that's staying at Villa Caruso.
Really? Wonder what she wants with a snoop.
Well, you didn't hear it from me, okay? Where'd you see him anyway?
Couple of streets over, sleeping on a bench.
Yeah. Well, that's Sal for you. Always was a nighthawk.
Yeah, it's Sal. Well, what did I tell you, Curly? Once a cheat, always a cheat. Trust me, Curly, there's nothing I would like to do more than follow your wife around town. Again. But, you know, I'm on a case. Down in Sapienza. Didn't Marlena in reception tell you? Ah, Christ, you know, what do I pay her for? Anyway, I gotta split, Curly. I'm waiting for an address here. Look, I'll give you word when I get back. You know, we'll shoot some pool. Get you back on your feet. All right?
Hi, is that Terry?
Oh, Curly, you human punching bag.
Mr. Falcone, looking slightly out of place.
You know what they say, you can take the boy out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the boy. So, what's this about, Miss DeSantis? Running errands for Caruso now? Now, you seem somewhat, overqualified.
Not exactly. Walk with me, Mr. Falcone.
Ah, charming. Yeah, should have brought candles.
Right. Mr. Falcone, what I am about to ask you might be considered unethical.
Please, you know how I spend most of my nights? On top of a garbage can, shooting pictures through the window of a strip club. I mean, I'm one step above an ambulance chaser, so just, you know, shoot.
Very well. About a month ago, Silvio Caruso hired you for an acquisition job. I need to know what exactly it was you acquired, and I'm willing to pay you handsomely.
All right, I'll tell you. And it's not just for the money. It was a strange request. Never sat right with me. Felt wrong.
Tell me what happened.
Well, it's late at night. Caruso, he hands me a list. You know, like a list of names. Wants me to get DNA samples. You know, blood, hair, saliva, skin samples. And naturally, I ask what it's for, and he goes vague. Calls it a research study. Yeah, I know he's at least half lying, but I'm strapped for cash, so I take the job.
So, these names, who are they?
That's the strange bit. A school teacher, an environmental lawyer, a graphics designer. There's one guy, he rescues sea turtles. You know, I ask him what gives, and I'll never forget his answer. He says, all bullies grow up, Mr. Falcone, and their crimes are forgotten. But sometimes the weak turn strong, and the tables are turned.
I was right. All those kids who did him wrong, he's getting back at all of them. Thank you, Mr. Falcone. You have done well. I must go now.
Hey, I found an old box of VHS tapes in the observatory. I didn't know Caruso was so old school.
Oh, those. They're all, old family clips from his childhood. You know, camcorder stuff. I don't know, he used to watch them all the time on his old projector.
Oh, well, my cousin does digital conversions in his basement. He'd probably give him a good price.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Caruso put the tapes away after his mental breakdown. The doctors didn't think it was a good idea for him, you know, seeing his mother's ghost and all.
Oh, right.
Look at you. Pathetic little turd. Wimp. Coward. You spineless pushover. Weakling.
I put 47 spices in like
Believe me, Silvio.
I hang my head and cry when
You'll get stronger. The best is yet to come.
Now I prowl the streets around your house
I
like a beast
really should watch this. What if I relapse? Nonsense. I don't need to be treated with kid gloves. I can watch what I please.
I'm begging you, come back to me.
Had forgotten about that.
I'm watching you. Come back to me, or I will find.
I need to get this to digital. Right. Enough for now. Back to reality.
Wonder what he does in there.
Yeah, what, the observatory? I don't know. Guess he does his research.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes I see these flickering lights, like he's watching movies or something. I don't really see Mr. Caruso as the movie type.
You know, I heard he's also working on his memoirs. Maybe that's what he's doing.
What? Silvio Caruso? Weird as the new black?
Hey, show some respect. That's our boss. Mr. Caruso is a very intelligent man. And what he does in there is his business, not ours.
Okay. I suppose.
Got it from Caruso's private stash.
Are you trying to get fired?
As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
Look, I'm on a 2-year contract. Ether will sue me blind if I leave, and if I mess up intentionally on the job, oh, trust me, this way's better.
You know, one day you guys are gonna have to tell me exactly what you're making down there.
If we succeed, you won't need to ask.
Wow, that bad, huh?
Worse. Because it actually sounds like a good idea, like the lesser evil. Man, I wish I'd been wiser when they approached me.
Caruso?
No, God no. No, the man's a genius, but I have met water coolers with more charisma. No, I was recruited by DeSantis.
Oh, that explains it.
Tell me about it. Men, we're nitwits.
Here, here. Cheers to nitwits.
Yeah, to nitwits.
This town looks like a freaking white telephone film.
Yeah, it's pretty idyllic. Do you believe I haven't loosed a shot since I got here?
Whatever research this Caruso guy is doing, it's been years in the making. It cost billions, right? You'd think someone was planning something.
Yeah, that's Europeans for you. No edge, no audacity.
Any of yours ever die?
Huh?
Your primes. You ever lose any on the job?
Twice, actually.
Twice? Hell, Ace, don't quit your day job.
Yeah, thanks. One got hit by a drone blast in his limo. I was 2 cars behind. The other was stabbed by his wife in their bedroom. My record is quite clean, thanks.
Oh, just bad luck, huh? Mental note, stay away from Francis when the shit goes down.
Mark it down. Next up, Francesca DeSantis.
One of the lab people forgot to seal a hatch or something, and there was a chemical reaction. Somebody got poisoned or irradiated or radiated or whatever the hell you call it.
Oh, he must feel like shit.
I doubt it. Guy's dead.
Yeah, I mean whoever caused it. Whatever it was.
Oh, absolutely. It's a she, actually. She's over at the church. Must be a Catholic.
And the dead guy?
Town morgue. We got Christoph there making sure no one gets in. Ether's sending someone to pick up the body. Last thing we want is the local press taking an interest.
Yeah, good call.
I made a mistake and a man lost his life. A good man. Someone I knew. It was just a tiny little slip-up where I work, but even a small mistake can be catastrophic. They took him to the chapel morgue, and I want to pay my respects. Say how sorry I am. But he's dead, Father, and nothing I say will bring him back. If I go, am I merely being selfish?
My child. Grief is for the living, not the dead. You do whatever you need to do, because his sorrow has ended, and yours has not.
Thank you, Father. Thank you. I will. Step aside! I need to see the deceased.
I'm under orders not to let anybody in till Ether's people have signed off on the corpse, ma'am. Could be contagious.
Nonsense. I am Ether's people. The corpse, as you so delicately put it, was my friend. Now I am going to say my goodbyes.
All right, fine, lady. If something happens, it's on you.
It's already on me.
Room secure.
Leave me, Bernard. I want to be alone.
Ma'am?
You're dead, and you still look stressed out. So, now I have you to feel guilty about. Great. We build a weapon that will kill thousands, and all we feel is intellectual curiosity. Isn't human psychology a laugh? DeSantis asked me if I'm still committed. Like we're on a crusade. We say this virus will end all war, but the truth is, we have no idea, and we don't care. We're just monkeys poking the unknown with a stick, and what of it? There's nothing as potent as an idea whose time has come. No, I don't have second thoughts. But still, being here, I wonder... Hey, if God is mad, give me a heads up, will ya? Anyway, goodbye, Malcolm. I'm really sorry.
Entering the Ether Lab requires a key card and a uniform. Luckily, it seems both are within reach.
So the coroner's office sends me down here to examine a body on ice. That's like a 2-hour drive. And when I get here, they tell me I don't have clearance, that the morgue's been closed down.
What? By Ether? I mean, how can a private company close down a city morgue?
Well, money talks, I guess.
Well, that's not money talking. That's money on a soapbox with a megaphone, you know?
Ugh, anyway, I'm taking the day off. I hear the coffee's pretty good around here. Listen, I know this is completely just inappropriate, but I just want to say that I feel like, well, Layla's a really good person and she's having a tough time right now. And I know that it's protocol, and I know she really messed things up, but I'm just hoping that maybe you can just cut her a little bit of slack. Yeah, you know, just She's such a hard worker, and she tries so hard. She just has heart, and I think she's really valuable. She just needs a little bit of assistance. Thank you so much for listening. You have a great day. Bye-bye.
Ether's field lab. You made it. The virus prototype will be close by. Look for some type of quarantine unit.
Okay, so walk me through this.
Right. Well, this is the control panel for the air purification system. We're at a critical stage of development, and we keep the central lab perpetually doused in chemicals.
In case of an outbreak.
Yes. We use a unique compound that breaks down the protein coating, which protects the virus, effectively killing it by damaging its DNA and RNA, so it neither infects cells nor replicates within the cells.
Belts and suspenders, huh?
You better believe it. In its natural state, the prototype could infect and kill everyone inside this lab in a matter of minutes. The most ferocious organism you've ever seen. Now all we have to do is tame it. Anyway, the air purification system clears the toxin, so you can enter without a hazmat suit. Just don't do it unless you're in a hurry.
Thank you. Duly noted.
Theoretically, a host could transmit the virus to everyone she meets, from the point of exposure until the string disintegrates.
So if we could only stabilize the cell structure to survive for, say, 24 hours, that host would infect thousands.
Right. Who would in turn infect thousands, and so on and so on. It's a ripple effect. The ripples spread out across the Earth's surface in all directions, leaving the hosts unharmed and unaware, until the virus comes in contact with the right DNA match. And boom.
Yes.
Figuratively.
My God. You could reach any human being on the planet in...
We calculate an average of 3 days. Yeah.
Damn. Remind me to buy stock in whatever company that makes our hazmat suits, because I have seen a glimpse of the future, and it looks paranoid.
Maybe we're looking at it all wrong. What if we used nanostrings of amino acids as a sort of bulwark?
Yeah, so this is where Ms. DeSantis keeps all the research data. Keeps this stuff pretty close to her chest.
Why? We all signed an NDA the size of a phone book.
Yeah, well, there was this incident a while ago. A researcher made a copy of the hard drive and tried selling it to one of Ether's competitors. Got himself killed, luckily, or we'd all be out of a job. Just, seriously, don't touch anything. They're in the middle of a test, and you don't want to corrupt that data, believe me.
Right, and, yeah, thanks.
Ah, good. Excellent. Fits the equations to a T.
Bacteria.
Warning, temperature rising.
Virus destroyed. One target remaining.
No, this isn't happening!
Oh.
No, this has to be a mistake. Holy shit. Shit! Ugh. Listen up. We have a big problem here, and DeSantis isn't answering.
So I'm officially in charge now. And I don't want anyone telling Mr. Caruso, okay? Not until we know how bad the damage is. Now, get to work. I expect a full report within the hour.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
My God! Whatever could have caused this? The cell structure, it's ruined!
All objectives complete. Now head towards an exit.
The security's in the dark about the incident. A few at the company knew about the virus. Not even the board. Must have been someone at the lab. I understand. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Boss is unhappy. I followed you from Italy. I guess when you're invisible, you stop looking over your shoulder.
You did this.
Iago exposed you. ICA did the heavy lifting. I just pulled some strings.
Yeah, your mind. How do you expect...
I play dirty. That's how you defeat a stronger opponent. You strike from behind. Now give me the key.
You have a family? Trust me, if there's a weakness, Providence will find it.
Take my chances. The key.
Fine. Won't do you much good.
It's funny. Cobb said the same thing. Thank you, messenger.
Don't. I just killed you.
Then we're even.